Hi, Bob and Linda. My name is Lise Kerr, and I'm an endocrinologist at Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota. My preference, of course, right now would be to be with you, talking to face, so I could answer any questions you might have or explain in further detail exactly what we're talking about. However, I am here in Indianapolis at a conference for work, so I would much rather be there with you, but this is the best we can do. Thank you very much for taking my conference call either way, and so we can still discuss this and get through any questions you might have while we're here. So my lab was responsible for taking the sample from your amniocentesis test, and from that sample in the cell that we had, we took the chromosomes and put them in order on a chart called a karyotype. Now this is what your karyotype looks like. A karyotype is just basically a chart that organizes the chromosomes in the cell sample that we take in their homologous pairs, or their pairs, largest to smallest, from largest to smallest, with the 6 chromosomes at the end. Now, in a normal karyotype, you would find one X chromosome and one Y chromosome in a male, and in a female, 2 X chromosomes. However, in your case, you have 1 Y and 2 X's. Now, this tells me 2 things. First of all, since there's a Y, in any case, your baby is a male, is a boy, you have a baby boy, and because there is another chromosome, that tells me that you have, there's an irregularity, and this irregularity has a name that is called Klinefelter syndrome, which hopefully my colleagues have either started to talk about with you or have briefly discussed with you. Now, the first thing you need to know is that it is neither parent's fault. This happens completely by random during meiosis in the ovary of the cell division. Now, this is what a normal cell division would look like in the ovary. When the egg is first dividing in the cell, you would see both chromosomes being split evenly and distributed down through both divisions. However, in your case, there was a non-disjunction in the very first division where both of the chromosomes were pulled in on both sides. On one side, were pulled to one side rather than this. So instead of them being evenly distributed, they all got pushed down to this side. So when the sperm cell comes in, you get an extra Y chromosome in the fertilized egg. You just get extra chromosomes. That can lead to a lot of symptoms. And it is neither parent's fault. It happens completely by random, and because it happened this once does not mean it will ever happen again. It does not lead to a greater chance of it happening again. It just happens every so often, and that's just how it works. So I'm going to pass it on to my colleagues. I'm going to still be on audio listening in, and if you have any questions, just call out and I'll be able to answer. They'll be able to explain further in detail the symptoms and what treatments you can go through, because now that you know this, you have a lot of options to choose from. So thank you again, and I'll be listening in.